Now, many of you, you know that, of course, 2 days ago there was a meeting between Trump and President Ramaphosa, which took place, which we have discussed a lot. We already know what happened, what transpired, and yeah, a lot of South African delegates have came back, and it's always good, right, to see this happen. Now, one of the things that obviously people are now talking about is, of course, the behind scenes of the meetings that probably took place, and one of the person to comment on that is our finance minister, Minister Godongwana, who believes that behind scenes, of course, it was that there were some positive meetings, and in a context of the reset that our president was talking about. You will know that during that meeting, one of the things that our president said is that he was in the US to reset the relationship because they realized, or he realized, that the relationship that both countries have been, of course, separating and not being as they used to, and therefore it was necessary for him to also not go there to address the, of course, the misinformation that was being said about South Africa, but he was also going there to make sure that they talk about trade, they talk about you making sure that the relationships between the relationship between the two countries becomes stronger once again, which is something that I suppose is good. So Enoch Godongwana believes that, or Mr. Enoch Godongwana believes that, of course, there were some things that took place behind scene, which simply means, or it might mean right now, that South Africa is off the hook in terms of one of the countries that are being targeted by the US to be seriously dealt with, right? I mean, there was a picture that I found on the streets of social media where President Trump was pointing at Elon Musk, and some people are saying, he was saying, why did you lie to me? How can you do this to me? I mean, you see the picture, but obviously, yeah, probably there's some sort of responsibility, which obviously I think there's a lot that the US current government has learned. There's a lot that even Elon Musk himself has learned, to say that you don't just talk bad about countries, you don't just say things without solid evidence, because it ends up not looking good for the country and yourself, especially as the one that, of course, fueled this whole situation. I mean, it is with no doubt that Elon Musk was in the forefront, making sure that South Africa receives the punishment from the US because of what he so claims white genocide and racist laws, right? This is what he wanted to see, but it didn't happen because our president, President Ramaphosa, went there with his delegates, Mr. Johann Rupert, the two golfers, Minister of Agriculture, COSATU President, Minister of Trade Relations. I mean, it was just so packed, right? And he was backed up by people that have some sort of a big responsibility in SA, right? Which is always good, because not only did it involve, or not only was it represented, or his delegations was represented by only one race, but it was also black people and white people who are residents into South Africa, and the message was one: there is no genocide. The message was one: nothing like that is happening, which I suppose this is something that it's very, very good. So I am happy, I'm excited. I think things should be better. And look, Trump had imposed 30% of tariffs onto South Africa, right? But South Africa, together with the other countries that face the similar tariffs, those tariffs have put to hold until, I think, June. Trump will revisit, and those countries that did not negotiate with Trump, well, they are going to get the same tariff, if not more. But South Africa going and sort this thing out, the tensions that were happening, I think it's a very good thing, because already we are at a place right now where, of course, even those negotiations that are probably still expected to take place, South Africa already has got a very good, or it's in a good position to be able to negotiate for that 30% to not come completely, or to be at least reduced drastically. I mean, there is already 10% of tariff that Trump imposed on all the countries that are doing business with America, right? There is that, and the 30% was coming to be over and above the 10% that we saw, or that came into effect on the 2nd of April this year, which is something that we need to take cognizance of. And again, I think our team did very well. Can't fault them. I know there are some people coming to target, or I know there are some people that are saying some pretty bad stuff of the delegations that went there, but I must say, yes, there are one or two things that you can obviously underline to say that this was not necessary, or this person should not have spoken this, or at least this way. But things happened, and they started very well, it heated up, and then it cooled down again, and that is where we saw now the meeting, or the session between the two countries ending with some positive sentiment of what could take place. I think very soon, we'll be seeing some positive comments, some positive vibes, which is something that is very, very good. So yeah, man, I just thought I'd come and give you this quick update. Tell me what you think. I think we are headed in the good direction, and that direction is the direction where the tariffs won't be that much. They will get the support from the US also that we've been getting. AGOA might not die. Very important. AGOA, it's expected to be renewed in, of course, September. Or there is some talks that is supposed to take place between SA and USA, and about AGOA's renewal, and things are looking good for South Africa right now, meaning that even AGOA could be renewed. In fact, it will be renewed, as said by the President of South Africa, President Ramaphosa. So I am happy, I'm excited. Blue sky is coming, long term will win. Those that are persevering will most definitely be rewarded with time. It takes me some time to make these videos, and all I ask from you is to give it a thumbs up, so that at least you get to be notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. That's all from me. I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. I'll see you on the next one. Share this video. Do share this video. Subscribe. Hit that notification bell. And God bless you all.